Hey, what's up, cats and kittens? And shout out to all my Cerebralites. It's me, the Cerebral Diva, and I'm back with another episode of In the Loop. And in today's episode of In the Loop, we're going to be talking about the infamous, the notorious, uh, the downright ignorant 50 Cent, aka Curtis Jackson. Now, most of you probably by now have seen the video that's been floating around. It's pretty much gone viral of 50 Cent at a recent concert performance where he actually punches a fan, not just a fan, but a female fan in the chest, pretty much with all of his might. And we're not talking about a love tap, you know what I mean? We're not talking about a nudge. We're talking about a full-blown mano a mano, combative, back the fuck up off of me punch into this lady's chest. So much so that the woman standing just to the left of this lady, her face it's pretty much summarizes the entire event. When you watch her face, if you get a chance to see the video, if you've seen the video, and I'm going to try to add the video to this particular video. Just take a look at the lady standing next to her and just watch her face. As I don't know if they're friends or if they just happen to just through happenstance be standing next to each other, but just watch her face as the woman is being assaulted. So basically what happened was 50 Cent was performing and there was an overzealous fan, like there are very often at concert performances, and 50 Cent sort of wanted to interact with the fans, and he reaches out his hand and extends his hand to this young woman. Now, most fans would probably touch the hand or shake it and release it. But this woman felt like she wanted to share a moment with 50 Cent, and she got much more than a moment. She got a moment that will live in infamy for quite some time, and I'm sure it will be turned into GIFs for some time to come. So she holds onto his hand, and as she's holding onto his hand, he's on stage, and there's probably about maybe 4 to 5 feet of space in between the two of them. Maybe not quite that. Let's say about 3 feet of space. 3 feet of sort of cavernous space where 50 Cent, as he's being pulled forward, could have potentially landed on his face. So he did have the right to be sort of in fear of his immediate safety, because she was pulling him off balance as she was pulling him towards her. He could have fallen face first into the cement floor. He could have fallen his face on the guardrail that was a barrier between the fans and the performers. There were a lot of potential hazards that could have happened as a result of her pulling him. So I definitely understand why he was angry. The issue comes in the way that he handled it. I don't know, see, this is where some people might get a little angry at me, but I'm a firm believer in, if you hit, then you should be okay with being hit or expect to be hit. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So this woman, by pulling 50 Cent forward like that and not having the presence of mind to understand that she was actually endangering his safety, should have expected some sort of repercussion by way of maybe a cursing out, maybe being escorted outside of the venue, being admonished on the microphone. I can see him wanting to sort of put her on blast for that behavior. But he put her on blast, and he didn't put her on blast, he actually blasted her in the chest. So he's being pulled forward. As he's being pulled forward and loses his balance, he does find the equilibrium to or the center of gravity to strike back, to draw back and punch this. I mean, like, he went down south and came up north with this punch, and landed the punch. And I'm not laughing at the fact that he landed the punch. I'm just laughing at the fact that he would do something like this, knowing that it's 2017 and that there are cameras everywhere. So he punches her as hard as he could, and immediately after he did it, you can tell, the moment after he did it, suddenly the lights came on and he realized, uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So when he realizes that he shouldn't have punched this lady in the chest, or that he handled it wrong, he invites the woman on stage. Now, If you're one of those people, and this is what this moment reminds me of. Have you ever been a kid or babysitting a child, and the child hurts themselves under your watch, and you don't want anyone else to know that Tommy bumped his head, and so he hits his head on the wall, and before he can start to cry, you run over to him and you pick him up and you start patting him on the back, trying to calm him because you don't want him to to get you in trouble. So as soon as he punched this lady in the chest and got back on stage, in order to pacify her, he begins to invite her on stage to dance. The lady accepts the invitation. I don't know about you, but it would have been hard for me to accept an invitation after someone punched me in the chest with all their might. And not just accept the invitation, but to twerk along to the person who had just punched me in the chest. It was just a little bit surreal for me. Give me some time, give me a couple of songs, and maybe we can revisit that. But not immediately afterwards. Maybe give me tickets for a concert next year or something. But right now, I'm in my feelings, and not only in my feelings. I'm trying to get my breath because you literally just knocked it out of me. But this lady, accepting the invitation, she hops on stage, she begins to twerk, and as far as I know, I guess things are all well in the land of Curtis Jackson. And yeah, but just seeing this video though, there are times where I look at 50 Cent and I'm like, I'm kind of vibing off of 50 Cent. Maybe he's just a guy who's had a really tough time. But then there are other times where you see him and you're like, maybe the tough times that he's experienced are really just karma coming back to bite him. Because what he did to this lady, just, I don't know, it will forever color my impression of him. And I just could not see myself being a fan of, and like I said before, I don't want to put the onus of the entire event at his feet, because I don't think he was solely responsible for the events that led up to this lady being punched. I do think that there's some level of culpability that she needs to accept as well. However, that being said, she's not a celebrity. She doesn't have fans. 50 Cent should be acclimated to dealing with people and handling fans. And if you know that reaching out to a fan could potentially put you in harm's way, simply don't do it. What you don't do is sort of Miguel her in terms of the way that he assaulted her. And not that Miguel's assault on the lady at the MTV Awards some years was intentional. But that was another pretty, I mean, if you want, there are different ways for you to connect with your fans other than punching them. So, yeah, anyhow, you guys, I'm really curious to know what you think. Be sure to leave your comments below. And as always, in closing, remember to live better, love harder, think smarter, and keep your hands to yourself. Be sure to follow me across all social media platforms, be it Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. And I'm Cerebral Diva on all platforms. There are no deviations, no underscores, just Cerebral Diva. If you can spell, you can find me. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day.